minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, people, welcome back. It is Team Kopish. Not time it is, people. It is the morning meet up. You get what I'm saying? We are live. We are here. It is a nice Wednesday morning. And it is a nice Wednesday morning. Liverpool obviously beat Girona 1-0 yesterday, but we're here to speak about a few things today. And those topics are Slot wants higher standards, Inevitable Salah, and not only that, we have to talk about it. Everyone's talking about it right now, the form of Darwin Nunez. What are we going to do about Darwin Nunez? We're going to speak about those things today, people. Well, big up to those that's in the chat. You get me big up Hooks for the raid. You don't know. Big up yourself, Hooks, each and every time, my broski. People, go and subscribe to Hooks as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Big content creator. I really appreciate the work that he does, and you guys should go and do the same. You get me? Go and subscribe to Hooks, man. Trust me, and show him some love, people. Always showing us love each and every time. We can only do the same. Do you get what I'm saying? So big up Hooks. But yeah, people, listen, smash the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. It's another takeover thing. You know what I'm on, in it when it's a takeover thing. We got to talk the truth. But first things first, though, people, I want to speak about. We'll get on to, don't worry, I see people talking about the Darwin Nunez stuff and all that, but we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. I want to speak about the first topic of today, and that's Slot wants high standards. Now, Liverpool obviously beat Girona 1-0, but Slot wasn't really that happy. This is what he said after in the post-match. He goes, if you ask me about the 6 games, I'm really pleased with the results. I'm really pleased with the first 5 games we played. I'm far from pleased about the performance tonight in regards to yesterday. And then when he was pressed about that, he said there's 2 things. If you play against a team that has such a good idea about football, knows how to bring the ball up from the back like City and Real Madrid, then you need to be so intense if you want to make it difficult for them. But if every time you're waiting a few seconds before you press, and if you do press and you are so easily outplayed, then this team can cause you a lot of problems. This is why they've shown during the Champions League campaign, except for PSV away. So I almost feel sorry for them because they deserve so much more. The other part was every time we lost the ball, we are not aggressive enough. So every time we lost the ball, they could almost every time go to our goal and have a shot. We kept on speaking about that. Because remember, we kept on saying as well, yeah, how Alisson was literally man of the match. This is away to Girona. Now, Girona are a good team, but they're not one of the best teams in Europe. He also said hardly any control at all over the game. Maybe the second half was a bit better, but I'm trying to be positive. This tells you everything about the manager, in my opinion. The standards are high. I think a lot of people yesterday understood that we just wanted the 3 points, and we did. But at the same time, the manager also knows as well, like, the pressing was pretty much non-existent, really. Maybe the second half got better. We allowed Girona just to walk through our midfield. But you could also say, I do feel like it was a tactical issue because we played with just Gravenberch in the 6 and it wasn't a pivot. But I still shouldn't shy away from the fact of I just felt like Liverpool were coasting and he could see that. And I like the fact how the manager's calling it out as well. Do you want to know why? If you call it out now, there is a possibility you can rectify that later on in the season. If you don't say nothing and you just say things like, I'm just glad we got the 3 points. It was a professional performance. You don't want to really hear that because he's trying to nip that in the bud from now. I want to get that sorted. And I'm telling you, we've got a manager that has an elite mentality that thinks even if we won the game, we can still improve. This is how you win competitions, This is how it gets done. It's mentality like that gets you over the line, in my opinion. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, the manager is so hell-bent on performance as well as results, yeah? It tells you where we should be and where we need to be. We don't want a manager that's just going to say things like that. Another manager could have easily just said, well, we're top of the league, which we are, and it's another 3 points. I'm happy with my team today. But he's calling it exactly how it is. Them players, I'll be real, we won yesterday, but it wasn't a good performance. It really wasn't when you actually deep it. And I'm kind of glad that the manager said it, because this is what I was saying yesterday. And it's too early to get into back and forth. So I'll be real, chat. I'll be real. But this is why I wasn't giving a lot of them players like 8s and even 9s and stuff. It was literally like 7s and 6s yesterday. The players just about done enough. But when you expect what you expect from a Liverpool team, you expect them to like really dominate the game and not let Jerome have a sniff. But the fact that we allowed Alisson to be man of the match says everything, in my opinion. I don't know if you lot agree with that. Big up Conor already. He goes, at least Slot doesn't blame the grass. Now we got to allow them little shade talk there. We have to. Big up Yars, he's saying, told man about King Pink, my manager don't rap. You done already, fam. Trust me. Drifty got mad at gunpoint. Oh, don't give me job. We're gonna speak about Nunez later, though. Don't worry, we'll speak about it. But I want to be constructive again. Like, I think I'm gonna speak about it very constructively because I think there's certain things that get said, and I'm just like, what is happening? Like, we don't need to do that. Big up halftime hooks. He says, Shinobi, like at the thing. Them man on your way in. Hey, big up hooks again for the raid. Big up Love United. Hate the ops. Big up to those that's just joined as well, man. Trust me. What other thing was I gonna speak about? Where is it? There was something here. Where is it? Big up foot with ends. They get out too easy on the right side. Salah and Trent combination, when they don't want to defend, you can see Blind was able to play killer passes and step past to them too. Well, I agree. What it is though is that our right side has notoriously always been our weakest side. It just is, because Salah defensively isn't the greatest, but he will put in a shift when he needs to. Trent, I feel like, has definitely improved this season, although over the years you would arguably say has been the weaker defender between him and Robbo. So naturally, our right side is always going to be a little bit disjointed. We tried to plug the gaps when we had Henderson there on that right side, when we had the 3-man midfield. I still don't think the right side is as bad as how it maybe used to be, especially since we've had Konate. I think Konate entering the ranks, in my opinion, really has helped plug that right-hand side. But obviously, we can't just rely on him. But I get what you mean, though. You get what I'm saying? Big up Erlen, he says, games like yesterday, in my opinion, prove we lack a proper DMCM that can pass with quality. We only have Curtis, and Grav, not that elite passing. I agree. They're not elite passers, no. McAllister's really the only one, really, that has the eye of the needle pass. McAllister is the one that can do that. The others, I just feel like they're good passers, but you wouldn't say they're amazing passers or excellent passers. Do you know what I mean? Big up Goats is like Matt, who wins in a duel between Itachi or Nagato? Itachi. I think Itachi's got the smartest IQ out of all fighters in Naruto. Him, and because it's not even just about power, it's your IQ, bro. The fact that like Itachi will learn about every kind of like jutsu you have, and he will find the weak point. Big up to those that watch anime and Naruto. And big up Erling says Maka is intelligent with his passing too fast. He knows when to break lines. He knows. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't just play passes for the sake of it. I think Maka's is the one that utilizes his passes the best. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion. You could be right. Big up, you never walk alone. He says 6 out of 6 must be a Liverpool record. It actually might be at this stage, you know. Chat, do you know if there's been a better record than this? I'm not too sure. Shikamaru has the highest IQ. Yeah, but he doesn't also. Here's the thing: his battle IQ and his power level there's too much of a disparity, in my opinion. Like, I'll give an example. Yards, if Shikamaru through Itachi, there's only one winner, bro. As great as Shikamaru's IQ is, do you get what I mean? Like, Itachi was just different, fam. That's why for me he's the greatest, but that's just me, though. Everyone's gonna have their own favorite when it comes to the Naruto universe. Big up football with ends. He says, apologies, I typed that too quick. But when the players start feeling themselves, that's what happens. They forget the simple things work best. And I love that Arnie Slot calls it out. Facts. I agree, bro. I agree. It's like, for example, when Trent starts spamming because he knows that he can hit that eye of the needle pass, but he'll just start spamming it because he can't be bothered to do the other stuff. I hear exactly what you're saying. It's stuff like that he's alluding to. Do you know what I mean? It's actually crazy. Big up all the shinobis and the ninjas in the chat that watch anime, though. I see a little what's this? LFC, yeah. Nagato has the best Kakagenkai. He does, probably, to be fair. He does. But Mangekyu Sharingan is different, fam. I'll be real. But yeah, sorry, I'm going off topic here, chat. Sorry, you're not trying to get me into the Naruto thing. Next, I want to speak about, though, chat. I want to speak about Mohamed Salah. 22 games played, 16 goals, 12 assists. I'm not really into the GA thing right now. But 22 games, man's got 28 GA. 16 goals, you know, and 12 assists. What more can we say about the king? Do you know what I know Salah's inevitable? Yesterday we didn't play well, but at some point I thought Salah's going to score, you know, at some point, whether it is a penalty, which again is we got fortunate, or whether it would have been some type of tapping. This guy's levels are just unheard of right now. Like, I'll be honest with you. This ain't even taking a shot at Jamie Carragher because that's his opinion, innit? Carragher's allowed his opinion, innit? Just like how I'm allowed mine. I think Salah's the best player in the world right now. Again, this is no shade on Jamie Carragher. He's entitled to his opinion. It's his opinion. But I'm talking this season. This season, Mohamed Salah has been the best player in the world, in my opinion. I'm trying to think of other players that can rival him. In the big games, Salah always turns up. Always turns up. Against the so-called smaller teams, Salah will turn up. He's probably on course to get some 50 G18, you know. I'll be honest with you. I can see Salah, correct me if I'm wrong, Salah could easily get 30 goals and 20 assists, you know. The guy's 32 years old. This, again, is just unprecedented. And I don't think he gets spoken about enough. Like, I think it's just, I don't know, man. Like, there's other players, like, big up yourself, broski. He's saying, maybe Cameron Fina, they're balling out as well. But I just don't know if they're balling out on the same level. But I've also got to be respectful and know that, like I watch a lot of La Liga. Big up those that know. I do a lot of La Liga content on my channel on Big Up. But in terms of Bundesliga, I ain't really been following the Bundesliga that much. But I know, obviously, I've been seeing like highlights and stuff like that that came with doing his thing. But Salah just moving different, bro. Like, it's hard to explain. Big up Yard saying Salah at this point now that he really doesn't have to play well anymore because you know he's gonna leave with. This is what I'm saying. Salah's at a point in his career where he doesn't need to have like the amazing game to affect a game. And in my opinion, you're already one of the greats when I know that you don't even have to have a great game to be effective. Like, and this is what happens when even with other players as well. Like Salah's at that level now. It's actually crazy. Big up Football Ends. He says, take the emotion out, guys. His stats are cold, but sometimes he lacks a good performance, gets shadowed by his goals. That's true. It's because I coach, I'm always looking at the small details like Arne Slot calls. I understand that, bro, but what it is as well, yeah, you can't expect a player to have a great game every game. And you're right, goals and assists can overshadow performances, which is true. But Salah can still have a great game and score. He can have a not so great game and score. That's why, in my opinion, that's why, as much as I spoke about the stats, yeah, Salah's still been unreal. Like, think of the assist the other day when like he nutmegged the guy. Literally, I think it's the Man City assist, isn't it? Man City assist. Like, come on, man. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think Salah's just different. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think Salah even needed to like score in that game for me to just like that assist alone, but that pass, like, I think Salah's just different. He's built different, man. And I think we need to start respecting it. Like, we got to also stop as well, like, acting like the GA thing is a big issue in terms of like it's negative. Like, I'm not having a go at you, bro, but like in football, like in general, like goals and assists do win you games. Obviously, there's context as well, because like you could be a Pippo Inzaghi, right? And just score a bag of goals, but like you're not really involved in build-up play and rare to but you just finish off moves. But Inzaghi is still seen as a legend in Italy because of his goal-scoring exploits. Like, goal scoring is a very important factor in football. But obviously, we have to bring context into it because your performance is also key. Do you get what I'm saying? Bigger Abel, he says, at the end of the day, a bad performance or not, he makes sure he influences the match in a positive way. That's exactly what makes his quality unmatched. This is what I was trying to say. His qualities are matched right now, in my opinion. He does what he does. Like, he's just inevitable. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be real, there's been many times this season when Salah's had to kind of carry us with the goal. Like, how many times has Salah got a winning goal or a key goal in a match this season? Do you get what I'm saying? And you look at some of the other players as well, because that's why there's a big difference. Like, because you could say even the GA for like Diaz and Gakpo is not too shabby, but I'll still see there's like a big disparity though. Do you get what I'm saying, chat? I don't know. You can big up Marco. You can never complain about Salah's performance when he's the one carrying the team. Without Salah, who's winning us the game? No one. I kind of agree with that as well. Without Salah, who's winning us? I don't even know who's winning us the games right now. And I don't want to say it because it's kind of like it's a sad thing to say. We're not Salah FC, but Salah's just the top dog at Liverpool. Like, he's the top dog. He calls the shots. Do you know what I'm saying? He calls the shots. I don't know how anyone could even disagree with that. I don't know. I don't know. Salah's one of one, man. We just got to respect what he's doing and not get onto him at 32 years of age and say things like the performances, like, because even his performances, but he will still affect a game. Like, if Salah could have a crap game, but he'll still give you 2 key passes, maybe that should be assists or something like that. But the striker will miss, or the winger, or the midfielder. Like, do you know what I mean? He's for me, he's that guy, bro. I'll be real with you, man. But it just also goes to show you as well, like we need to bring in players to the point where we don't have to literally rely on Salah. Because as great as like I think our forwards are, it goes to show you there's still a massive gap in quality. And I don't know whether it's just because Salah's that seasoned vet now, where he just knows all the time, like where the others are still, they're not there yet. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I just want to speak about Salah, man. For me, he's the best player in the world right now. Obviously there's other players like Cole Palmer, like Rafinha, like Harry Kane. Bruv, even Virgil's having an amazing year. But I just think for me, Salah's like the best player in the world right now, personally. I think he's just on another level. All right then. Let's speak about something else. I want to speak about a topic that is very techie right now for Liverpool fans. We won the game yesterday, but we couldn't ignore the elephant in the room, and that is Darwin Nunez. Before I even give my opinion, I want to speak about an article that just came out today. I think it was by James Pearce. James Pearce spoke about Darwin Nunez. He said the striker just looked looked like confidence is gone, and obviously when he left the pitch, like head was like this. And he also brought up his record as he has 1 goal in his last 10. He basically says it's time running out for Darwin Nunez. With that being said, I'm going to bring in my co-host. Whenever you're ready, my broski.
Morning, bro. morning.
Listen, I want us to be constructive.
I wish I came in earlier now still.
Yeah.
I wish I came into the show earlier because it looks like
you should have, because the show was blessed. We got hooks for the raid. The ninjas were in the chat. Was talking about a little bit of Naruto. We spoke about Arnie Slow.
No, I caught it.
We spoke about Salah, brother.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said about Salah. I do have some agreement with Ensman as well, though. There are times where his performances could be a bit better, and it does get masked. But
no, of course. But I'm just saying. But for the majority,
I think that's
Salah,
when you expect. But I also expect that's when you expect the rest of the players to pick up the slack as well, and I think that's what's not happening.
Agreed. But we got to talk about our striker. I just want to stress again. So James Pearce spoke about it. He said, I tell you, let me just read a bit of the article, chat. Darwin Nunez head dropped as he turned and noticed the number 9 being held up by the 4th official on the electronic board. The Liverpool striker charged over to the touchline, embraced his replacement, Cody Gakpo, shook hands with the coach, who was giving him a consoling pat on the back. Nunez' barren run continues on a bitterly cold night at the Catalonia. I can't even pronounce the stadium. I do apologize. I'm just going to say Girona Stadium. Uruguayan now boasts 1 goal in his last 10 appearances for the club in all competitions. Yesterday, Liverpool created 4 big chances. Nunez missed 2 of them. During the 71 minutes he was on the field, he had just 16 touches and completed 4 out of his 8 passes and won 1 out of 4 duels. Arnie Slot was asked if there was a confidence issue with Nunez, and he said, what I can agree on is that he missed a few chances. Then it's always the question, does this have anything to do with low confidence, or is this a situation where he's in at the moment? I think every striker all around the world has periods where every ball goes in, and sometimes he has a period when you try so hard, but you're not able to score. I actually agree with that, because I've seen it happen to bear strikers where they go through barren runs, but they also have purple patches as well. Yeah. Again, the good thing is that we have many players who can score, and for us, Mo did it again. I would love to have seen Darwin score, because every striker wants and needs to score goals. That's why I kept him on for quite a long time. He was a threat, but unfortunately, he couldn't score.
I think I like the way Slot's actually done that. I don't think he's thrown him under the bus.
No.
But I think he's also been honest in his assessment. It's a tough one, man.
I'll be honest with you, James Pearce, yeah, who again, like, big up James Pearce. He doesn't really, as far as I'm aware, James Pearce actually said things like we've got to give him time and stuff, and people need to like sort of get off his back, because I do think like the abuse that he gets is just unwarranted. Like, if you think someone isn't good enough, you don't need to abuse them. You can literally say, I don't think they're good enough for Liverpool. I don't think they should be the striker. You can say that. That's why I do feel like people, let's not go over the top. Like, we're a fan base where no matter who you are, where you're from, your background, none of them things should matter when you play for Liverpool. None of them things should matter. If you think someone ain't good enough, you can literally say, I don't think they're good enough. That's all you have to say. You can critique as well, by the way, because you can point out the things that they're not good at, and you can put out the things they're good at. Do you know what I know? I think the time's coming to an end, in my opinion, with Darwin Nunez. Because even this article here from James Pearce, he kind of sums it up. He says, how patient among even his most avid backers is currently being pushed to the limit. Having gained a reputation during his Liverpool career for thrilling and infuriating in equal measure, currently he's only specialised in the latter. The brutal reality is that Christmas is approaching, and the most expensive signing in the club's history has just 3 goals to his name in 18 appearances, and that's 11 starts. It's damning, isn't it?
It's damning. All right, I've done a little breakdown, bro. So far this season,
big up the chat as well.
Apart from Salah, because Salah's just in a league of his own, and I'm gonna look like I'm probably going out my way to defend Nunez, but I think anyone who knows me and watches the show on a regular basis also knows where I stand on the Nunez situation.
Yeah.
So far this season, Jota's played a total of 10 games. He's got 6 GA, so 4 goals, 2 assists. Diaz has played 21 games, got 9 goals, 2 assists, total of 11 GA. Gakpo, 22 games, 8 goals, 2 assists, 10 GA. Darwin, 19 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 GA. Now, obviously, he's got the lowest GA out of the bunch. And the fact that he's got a lower GA than Jota is really bad, considering Jota ain't played for a while and has played almost half the amount of games that Darwin has. Now, in terms of minutes played, I don't think he's played as much minutes as many people think. At the beginning of the season, remember, Jota was the main striker. He'd come off the bench and all that. What I will say, though, in the Premier League, he's got the same amount of goals as Gakpo, if I'm not mistaken. Diaz is out by himself in the Premier League as well. He obviously got a brace against Man United. He's chipped in a few goals here and there. I don't think Darwin is the only issue. He may be the main issue of attack, but I don't think he's the only issue. And I think that's where I kind of side with Drifty to an extent, that he's the only one who's really being spoken about. Whereas I don't think the others are pulling their weight as well. And I think, again, I'm saying this as a Jota fan, Jota was kind of poor before he got injured. I'd say
very. Or average to poor. No, he started average and went to poor.
I'd say just as he was starting to look himself, that's when he picked up the injury. But before that, he wasn't very good. Diaz kind of has purple patches, and we've seen that because I don't think he scored in the league for a while now. And Gakpo in the league doesn't seem to have the same impact as he does in cup competitions.
Yeah.
The issue is with Nunez is that he's the one, in my opinion, who probably gets the most chances. And I've got a shout out to Lakers. He left me a voice note earlier and I've not even got back to him yet. I think he put it perfectly. We spent 85 million on a player to come in and the main job was for him to score goals. So I'll reverse it now. Say, for example, when we bought Alisson, and Alisson was, was really good with the ball at his feet. He was getting assists and, he was doing really fun things during the game, but he was letting in silly goals. We'd sit there and we go, he's not doing his job. The other stuff's all good and dandy, but he's not doing his job. When we brought in Virgil for 75 million, if Virgil was popping up and scoring a bag of headers every season and he was getting a bag of assists and his passing out from the back was excellent, but he kept on making mistakes that led to goals, we'd sit there and we go, yeah, it's all well and good he's doing that, but that's not on. Like, he's got to cut those mistakes out, or else we may have to get someone in who does the job, even if he doesn't do all the other thrills and spills. The worry I have with Nunez, and it's the worry I've had since the beginning, from a technical standpoint, he doesn't seem right. And then also, when you look at other players who've come into the league at a similar time or later than him, they've improved and he hasn't. And I look at him almost how I look at Timo Werner. Can be dangerous on their day, but ultimately over the course of a season, it's going to let you down more than they actually bring you up to speed.
Do you know what? So I agree with him. Here's the problem. Liverpool went out of their way to Benfica to spend 85 million on a striker. Now, Nunez isn't in charge of the fee, but football's football, because this has happened to every single player under the sun. You know how much your fee is, you know the expectation that's going to be on you.
Yeah.
Right?
Virgil was ridiculed for his fee, remember when we
So
everyone was going crazy saying 75 million for Virgil.
This is what I'm saying. When you spend 85 million on any player, regardless whether they're a striker, midfielder, goalkeeper, midfielder, striker, I think I've said all of them, yeah. That expectation is going to be high because it's a lot of money. In his first 2 seasons, I think everyone was patient with Darwin. Very, very patient. And you could see there were aspects of his game where you felt like if he's been given more time, I think he can kick on, and I think he could be a real handful for the Premier League.
Yeah.
The problem is, though, like you said, I feel like some of the fundamentals aren't there. So, for example, he's very, very quick. But one thing I've noticed that if you fizz him the ball, sometimes he finds it hard to keep the ball. Like his first touch isn't what I would expect for someone of that ability or that expectation or that amount of money. I'm not expecting your first touch to be like that. The ball doesn't stick. Now, you can ultimately say maybe it's a confidence thing, but even when I look at his first 2 seasons, he's very much like you have to play a certain way, play the ball in behind, let him run onto it. Doesn't like the ball to feet, he ain't really going to do much because he's a bit stiff in terms of like, he's not got the majinky. He's not very agile. Like, he's not fleet-footed. You can play one way. My problem is that I'm just surprised that Liverpool saw that profile of striker, because that profile of striker can work in another team. But I think the way how we want to play, and like, especially under Slot, I'm confused because one thing is getting better, but one thing I struggle with is that it's the fundamentals that I worry about. Are they ever going to improve? And I don't know if he ever had them at that. Like, I'm looking at some of the things now. Like, it's a shame because when anyone signs for Liverpool, we all get gassed. Like, we were gassed about Chiesa and it cost 40 mil. So this is why when I say to you, price has nothing to do with it. But one thing price does do is...
So to cut you, bro. But we'd seen such a...
I know.
We had a lot of evidence on Chiesa to suggest that he could be a fantastic player. We didn't have that with Darwin.
Yeah. But price, when you hit a certain level, that expectation's there. It was there for Nunez. It was there for Alisson. It was there for Virgil. Brother, it was there for Soboslai. It was there for Naby Keita. Naby Keita cost £52.7 million, but the expectation was still there. When you get to a certain amount, that expectation is there, and you also expect those players to deliver. The problem is, though, is that I don't know how much longer even Arne Slot is willing to wait. It's not even about me. It's not even about you. It's not even about the people in the chat, so to speak. The way how the manager's even speaking, he's trying to back the player, but I think even he knows as well, it's like, if this doesn't change very, very soon, I can see there being a change quicker than people might think, because the manager's in a bit of a predicament. Because if he has a striker who's very, very low in confidence and doesn't feel like he's going to improve, and you've got another striker who keeps on getting injured, you're going to have to make a decision, unfortunately, whether it's Jota or Nunez. And it sounds weird because we're top of the league, we're top of the Champions League, but that is a bit of an issue. There's obviously other issues in the squad. We can't deny that. But I just think right now that even yesterday, like, I know it's only yesterday, but I don't think everyone really played that well yesterday. But I'm really, really concerned that he was the one again that, like, was probably the lowest in player ratings. And there was a reason why. Because now he's devoid of confidence. Because you can have a player, Cal, that is striving to be the best and really putting in the effort. That's what he does. But I can see the confidence is just gone. And I've always said this, bro. Confidence is key in football. If you have no confidence, you're kind of almost pointless. like
Yeah.
to a degree. You need to have some type of confidence. He looks like he's devoid of all confidence now. So
No,
where
I
do
hear
we
it.
go from here?
All right. Can I push back on a thing though, Matt?
Yeah, yeah.
We always speak about price. For me, I don't think the price is the major thing here. I think the price almost glosses over the situation. He's almost used as an excuse to help him or hinder him. Trent costs absolutely nothing from the academy. Look at the expectation on Trent. He cost the club absolutely
How,
nothing.
you know why you can't say that though? In football, it's a well-renowned thing. Whenever there's a transfer, forget about
Yeah.
how much money. Transfer always brings more, in my opinion, more expectation than someone who's brought through the academy, unless
Cool.
they are an alien. And don't get me wrong,
Kylian
Messi.
Mbappe. How much did he cost Real Madrid?
I understand that, bro. I understand, but Mbappe's expectation was before when he was at
All
when
right.
he was at Monaco,
How
and then
much
he
did
went to
Karius
obviously went to
cost?
PSG.
How much did Karius cost?
Was it 4 mil?
The expectation was quite high there, and he let us down.
But wasn't as high.
No, but we never once sat there after he made his mistakes and went, "I only cost us 4 million. What can we really do?"
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is though, whenever a transfer fee is high, we can't sit here and act like your expectations aren't going to be higher.
No, I agree.
Jack Grealish went to Jack Grealish
is
went
too
to
much.
100 mil, Cal.
No,
to
I
Man
hear it.
City. And do you know the main thing he gets spoken about the most? His price tag. Jack Grealish
Yeah.
hasn't played well at all, yeah. But everyone always says, how can you pay 100 mil for someone who's done that?
No, I hear it.
Price tag plays a big part in football in general, bro.
But even if we played 30 mil for Nunez and you were still throwing out these sort of performances,
Yeah, we're still going to get annoyed. I agree.
We still get annoyed. I think the price is just the icing on the cake, but the actual ingredients and everything of the cake is based on the player as opposed to the price. The price is just that icing that you put on the end. But without the cake, there's no point in having the icing. Again, I keep on saying the Darwin Nunez. I remember when we first bought him and people were really going after me and you saying how we're being negative and we're not even giving him a chance. Bro, I'm no expert on football. I get it wrong all the time, bro. Just like you get things wrong, just like Drift gets things wrong. But there's sometimes where you can look at a player and just go, he might have done well, he ain't for us.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't. And the fact that here's the thing. I wanted him sold in the summer, but I could understand people saying, nah, he's got to have a chance under Slot. It's a new manager, new system. We're going to be playing with a striker with a 10. Let's see how he cooks in that. For me, he's regressed, or his fundamentals have been emphasized more in a Slot team, because technically in a Slot team, you can't hide anymore. You can't hide behind pace, passion, and physicality in a Slot team, because when Konate's got the ball, Konate's got pace, passion, power. But guess what? Konate can drive out from the back with the ball, whether it be dribbling, his passing, his long-range passing. Virgil can do the same. Robbo, if anything, has been showing up a little bit this season. But even Robbo now is starting to look like he's turned the corner.
There's certain fundamentals you need in a Slot team, more so than a Klopp team.
All right.
I hear you.
Gravenberch and McAllister in the pivot. Under Klopp, for me, that would never work because of what the demands were. Who else has been flagged up for being technically inefficient? Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Even he has looked like he's starting to make some progress and started to improve a little bit. Salah, just one of one alien. Gakpo and Diaz, they look like they've kind of understood the assignment. Jota didn't look like he was starting to, but then he started to look like he was understanding the assignment. Darwin doesn't look like he's understanding what to do. And it makes me wonder, because I can't use the excuse of training ground anymore, because I know these men are getting drilled. I
think he understands it, Cal. I'm just not sure whether he can do it. There's a difference. Yeah. This. Here's what I'm going to say to you now, yeah? Funny you spoke about, you feel like he might have slightly regressed, yeah? Since he came from Benfica, yeah? What's this? So this is from this is the same article from James Spears. He says, following his arrival in the 22-23 season from Benfica, his 15 goals came at a rate of 1 every 158 minutes of action.
Yeah.
His 18 goals in all competitions last season came at a similar rate, one every 168 minutes. So he went from 158, so went up a little bit more. But I guess that's to be expected because he scored 3 more goals in all competitions. And he has an impressive 13 assists as well. And that is quality. But so far this season, he's netted a goal every 346 minutes.
That's bad.
And he has 2 assists to his name. Again, this is XG and all that stuff. And I don't like, there has to be context. But even those numbers kind of show you like there's been a regression in terms of like his output. Because even if people like myself that might think, okay, on the ball, yeah, there's a bit of an issue. But if you get production, I don't care. Do you want to know why? Bro, Pippo Inzaghi, I thought was horrible in the ball.
Yeah, he was.
But Pippo Inzaghi looked like he was afraid to get involved in build-up and like he was going to catch a cold or something. Like, do you get what I'm saying? But bro, he got goals. I respected him. Do you know another person that wasn't the greatest on the ball? Couldn't really take people on? Henry's strike partner, Trezeguet. Bro, Henry and Trezeguet were very, very different. Henry was the all-conquering, could do everything. Trezeguet was just give me the ball and I lash it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
I don't care if Nunez is one of them, is a Trezeguet, like a poacher, so to speak. But if you're not poaching, and then I'm going to start looking at your other stuff, that's where it becomes a bit techie. But I want to be constructive. I don't just want to say the guy's crap because, again, he's a poacher in my opinion. And I think you have to play a certain way to get the best out of him. The problem is that for a team at Liverpool where they want the striker to get involved in all types of build-up, if I'm being honest, you're probably going to want a different profile of striker.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Big up those that play EAFC. You've got advanced forward and you've got the poacher thing. He's one of the poachers, isn't it? He's not an advanced forward. He can't do it all. You have to just like play a certain way, play the ball in behind and get the best out of Nunez. Do you know what I mean? But it is a worry in terms of how I think Slot's trying to implement him and how we're going to actually get the best out of him.
All right. So last season, everything that's brought up about last season is he got 31 GA. He got 31 GA.
Yeah.
In the Carabao Cup, he got 4 GA. Europa League, he got 6 GA, so that's 10. And the FA Cup, he got 2. So he got 12 GA outside the Prem. Now, I know it's going to sound harsh, but the Prem is the bread and butter in it.
Yeah.
In the Prem last season, you got 11 goals, 8 assists. If Darwin Nunez is a winger or a bit part striker, those stats are excellent. I'm gonna be real. If Diaz or Gakpo ends on 11 and 8, most fans in the fan base are going, "That's brilliant." 19 GA from our winger. The problem is he's the striker and he gets so many chances. I just think even if he had put away an extra 10 chances last season, or over the last 2 seasons, or he'd made the right pass at the right time, we could have won stuff. And again, I'm not trying to blame him for the reason we haven't won stuff. I've seen people run that narrative. That's
no, he's not the reason why we didn't win stuff. But no.
He can't keep on getting the rate of chance he's getting. And it's not just he's getting easy chances. Like the one yesterday where the ball gets clipped over and he tries to head it back rather than heading for goal. I was like, that's just incorrect decision making. The game against Newcastle where he misses the ball and then the other one where he lashes it with the left foot and it doesn't even go close to goal. And then you're looking at the player reactions, the other reactions of the players is starting to really be like, whoa, like these lot are starting to get fed up with him. They must love him behind the scenes, but on the pitch, it must be like, bro, like we can't rely on this guy. My worry is now, if we had sold him last summer, I think we could have got a really good fee for him. There was still a bit of hype there. And we could have sold the whole 31 GA if he goes into another team where he's the main guy, could really cook. If we were to sell Darwin right now in January, it's looking like a myth. We actually need him to have a good second half of the season for us to either sell him or keep him. But either way, if he doesn't, we're in a big, bad situation, in my opinion.
No, agreed.
The take on him is crazy.
Yeah, the loss will be... Like, I'll be honest with you, like, teams was really lowball us and start saying things like 30 mil and add-ons to 40 or something. It will get bad. It will get
Get
bad.
really
And we know
bad.
we're not a team notoriously that, and this is I think as well. I know you said transfer fee is everything because it isn't. It really isn't. It's only part of the story. But when we are a team that doesn't like to spend big all the time or very rarely, and it's like we have this one joker card every time we play
Yeah,
cards,
yeah,
and we use it sparingly in it. We've only used that joker a few times in it, like
yeah.
on the VVD, the Ali, and Nunez, and maybe Soboslai. We don't use it that much, bro.
Don't
Like
use it.
compared to other teams,
Yeah,
we have to get it right, bro. We have to, and the longer it carries on, I really do worry. I want him obviously just to kick on, bro, and just like, bro, just score goals. Just score goals.
Do you think
That's
he
it.
goes in January? Do you think there's a chance he goes in January? We've been linked with Mamouche and all these players. Do you think there's a chance?
Do you know what? I didn't think it at the start of the season, but after yesterday, there's a part of me, little part of me, that thinks Slot might pull the plug. Might. But I think it'll be more likely this summer, though, if I'm being honest. If things continue like this, I think Slot will try and replace him. And he'll go for a different profile of striker. Whoever that profile is, we yet to see, because at first we didn't know until we got linked to Zubimendi the type of profile striker he wants. But from the way how he wants us to play, you can probably gauge the profile of striker he wants. He wants a striker that can get involved in all aspects of play, be comfortable with the ball at his feet in tight spaces. Do you know what I mean? Bring others into play, all them things there. And the profile Nunez is that, for me, he's a Cavani, he's a Trezeguet, he's an Inzaghi, he's that type of striker. And I'm not like for like, but they were more poachers, more so than on the ball strikers that could still do everything.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because even Cavani could obviously beat a player, but Cavani, you would not say Cavani was skillful. Because Cavani was quick, he could maybe drop a shoulder and run. Nunez can drop a shoulder and run, but there is a difference. Do you know what I mean?
As a footballer, I think Cavani's clear. I never understood the comparisons with Cavani.
No,
I think
bro,
Cavani is so clear.
bro. Playing style wise, I think he's similar to Cavani.
Disagree.
No, it's not about Cavani being clear. It's playing style.
I still don't, you know.
But if you go and look at Cavani at Napoli, yeah, he is very much you want to give the ball into space, and he will do the thing, bro. Trust me.
Bro, but he also had close control, bro. He could beat a couple man and still score.
But Cavani didn't have close control like some of the others, because there is a big disparity. Like, for example, even when he was at PSG, yeah, if you go and look at majority of his goals, it weren't close control, bro. Cavani is an off the ball striker. You know, like in Football Manager, you got off the ball. But off the ball, Cavani was 20. Like,
I think for PSG he was like that. At Napoli, and wasn't he at Palmero before Napoli, right?
He was at Palermo. He went
Yeah,
Palermo,
and then Napoli.
Palermo, then Napoli. Yeah.
But Darwin, if I'm gonna compare Darwin to someone, it's Timo Werner.
Oh boy.
I'll be honest. I don't think he's Cavani for me is clear. Literally every.
No, he's clear. I'm not talking about quality wise. I'm literally just talking about playing style. I don't want people to get confused. I wouldn't even say Cavani style, in the same sentence. I want people to. I want to just.
No, I know what you're
saying. You, Carl, not to you, but to other people. Chat, I'm not saying he was as good as Cavani, even close. I'm just saying how they played the game in terms of what they would do. Cavani just done it at a way higher rate, but it's how they play. Like, Cavani was known as being a finisher, like a clinical finisher. Nunez wants to be a clinical finisher, but how they want to play the game, or how Nunez wants to play the game, is similar to Cavani. He just can't do it though. There's a difference. That's what I'm saying, chat. I think people understand what I mean, but yeah,
it's a tricky one, man. We do need,
it's techie, bro.
We need, again, I've said it quite a few times, even behind the scenes to you guys. We may be looking at a situation where, in my opinion, we may need to replace 3 out of the attackers over the next couple of years, maybe even 4.
Boy, in Slot we trust, innit?
Something's got to run now, man, because it ain't sustainable. You cannot be relying on Salah this much, and we're relying on him way too much, in my opinion.
At the end of the day, nothing is going to be perfect in your in your team that you support. So whether you're a rival, even if you're a rival, but one thing you always look at you always think are there aspects of the team that are a lot weaker than others and that can be improved upon. And we just generally have a situation in our forward line. We got a player that's always available that's struggling to score, and we got a player that's unavailable that can score. Like we're a bit of a crossroads with our strikers. You're right. There's an issue there. There's an issue. So
it's scary, bro.
It's scary hours, bro. It's scary hours. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to speak about. I wanted to end the show on a positive note. And hold on, I thought I just saw something. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Well, I was just seeing one report that said Liverpool and Mohamed Salah have progressed in new contract negotiations, but I have a funny feeling we kind of know. Well, I'm gauging that Salah's going to sign anyway. I'm gauging that he's going to sign. But we'll have to wait and see. But listen, people, I hope that wasn't too negative for some of you. We did speak about other topics today. We did speak about Slot wanting higher standards today. We also spoke about the inevitable Mohamed Salah, who just keeps doing his thing. You get what I'm saying? 28 GA in 22 games. Slot wants us to literally batter opponents to death because he's a madman, a psychopath.
And I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And obviously, we spoke about the situation with Darwin Nunez. So that was your morning meetup. Listen, people will be back. When will we be back, actually?
Tomorrow
for the preview, of course.
Yeah,
for the game on Saturday. Obviously, we've got Fulham 3 p.m. kickoff, so watch out for the preview tomorrow. Cal, have you got anything on your channel today?
No, for anyone who didn't catch the show yesterday, me, Jamie, and Luke did a show last night. It'd be a good show to catch up on. It was a fun show. And nothing coming out today, I don't think.
Cool. Today I'll be on Big Up doing Juventus versus Man City. So join me for the hate along if you want to hopefully see Man City lose. I will also be at 2:00 on Hassam's channel. Are you there?
Oh yeah,
Cal?
same here. Yeah, same. Yeah,
me and Cal will be on Hassam's channel at 2:00 as well. Like I said, I'll be on Big Up later on, and just to be on Big Up as well, doing the Arsenal game as well. So you got quite a few streams later on today, people. I can see there's over 600 of you in here. Smash the like button. I want to see all you 600. Yeah, on Hassam's channel at 2. I want to see all you 600. Yeah, on Big Up as well on my channel and on Just channel. Would really appreciate it. You get what I'm saying? Would appreciate the support, people. But anyway, people, love for the love. It was the morning meetup show. We'll be back tomorrow for the preview and obviously later on today. People, take care. God bless. We are people.